Welcome back to Area DMG. I'm your host, Philip Wesley, the Mile High Mouth, and for today's episode of Suki Nihon, we are looking at episode 6 of season 3 of Steven Universe. This episode is called Steven Floats. We all float on, alright. Anyways, it's been forever, but Steven and the Crystal Gems are finally back at Beach City, which is kind of nice. So Steven wants to go get a donut from his little donut place. Donuts. He's got a thing for donuts. And he finds out, well, it's too late. They're closing up for the night. But Sadie tells him that because of a lawsuit being dropped, they can now cook their own food. Or rather, cook their own donuts. So if he shows up at opening the next day, he'll be able to try one of their fresh donuts. And so he decides to do that. He decides to set an alarm. And he's so happy that he's back. He can get that donut. He's excited about that. So he's like jumping for joy, literally. And then he ends up floating. Turns out that one of Rose Quartz's powers is the ability to expedite her rate of descent, or control how fast she can fall. So Steven's all like, oh, I can jump really, really high, and I can float down. He jumps up way too high and realizes, oh great, I'm floating down too slowly. So he calls the other Crystal Gems out, and they hang out with him while he tries to figure out how to get down faster. Like, they even try stacking stuff on him. They start trying to help him out with that. Then when he thinks that he's not going to be able to make it in time to get a donut, it starts to make him a little sad. And he realizes that, like all of his powers, or rather as Steven puts it, all my stupid powers are connected to my emotions. He's a very, quote, emotional young man. Young gem. Anyways, he discovers that thinking slightly sad thoughts will make you go down a little faster, but you can jump higher and float longer if you're thinking happy thoughts. Kind of like in like Peter Pan or Mary Poppins. So eventually he gets down, and he thinks he's late, and it turns out that he's not late because they open 30 minutes later than he thought on Sundays. So he gets to get his donut. And, well, this episode was funny in points. Steven's imagination is pretty funny when it gets away with him. But overall, this was a very light episode when it comes to actual content. It's good to note that there's more of his mother's powers that are showing up in Steven. And I think it'll be interesting to see. There's a bit of an emphasis. Actually, I was kind of a little annoyed that his happy thought essentially wasn't Connie. We all wanted it to be Connie. You know, we all saw that and we're like, he's gonna think of Connie. No, he's looking at the rest of the Crystal Gems as like, they're my guys, they're my people. Yay. And I noticed that there's a lot of character development stuff here for some of these characters. Like, remember you like these characters. Remember you like these characters. Remember you like these characters. And that makes me think that there's another shoe that's about to drop at some point. And I think that shoe that's about to drop is going to damage or shatter one of Steven's family. There's going to have to be at some point a come to Jesus moment for this series. And by a come to Jesus moment, I mean something like a Lucille and Negan moment from The Walking Dead. Something's going to happen in order to establish the Yellow Diamond and some of these characters that are kind of comical right now as a serious threat. I think at some point before the end of this season, one of these characters is going to be really badly hurt. Maybe even shattered. What do you think? I don't think it'll be Garnet. But Pearl's always a possibility. Or maybe even Connie might get hurt. Who knows? Some other shoe's gonna drop. These episodes are too happy. And we all know that this is Rebecca Sugar's wild ride. And everything else, everyone we're going to cry about something soon. We're going to become our crying breakfast friends sometime soon. I don't know what the next episode is called yet. This is episode 6 out of season 3. I don't know what episode 7 is called yet, but we'll find out soon. Hopefully there won't be too long of a hiatus between this episode and the next, and we'll find out soon. What do you think's going to happen? Let me know in the comments below. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And until the next video comes out, you are now caught up.